Well, hello again. We're out here at Lake Pleasant, and if you recall from the last video, I described Lake Pleasant to you. It is indeed a very pleasant place, and I'm out here another day. Not as many people here. It's during the week, and I came to fish a little bit and talk about fishing the Kosmos, which is what we're doing. And so it's these kind of days, and as you can see, it's very calm. And have a couple lines out here fishing for whatever wants to bite. If nothing wants to bite, that's okay too. I don't care. I just enjoy being out here. But I wanted to just talk a little bit about something that's been on my mind and been surfacing and subsurfacing and surfacing and subsurfacing and in my heart for the last 6 months, 8 months, and that is the writing that King David did. A duck just flew across and landed right on the water right there. Don't know if you can see. He just landed right there. Beautiful mallard, looks like. I don't know my ducks very well, but that could be what that is. There's quite a few of them out here, and the ducks really enjoy this place. But David, of course, was a shepherd. That was his assignment when he was a young boy. That was his profession. But he ended up being a warrior, king, prophet. And but he never lost that shepherd's heart. And so he wrote one of the most beautiful things, and what we call Psalms 23. And in Psalms 23, he is describing his relationship with someone he can identify with, and that is his shepherd. And David knew about being a shepherd, obviously. He was a shepherd since he was a small boy. That was his assignment, as I said. And so he starts off this psalm, which could have been a song, and he said, "The Lord is my shepherd." And so, knowing what that truly meant, David acknowledged his relationship to God, that God was his shepherd. And in saying that, he recognized that he, David, was basically a sheep that needed a shepherd. And so he said, "The Lord is my shepherd. I will not lack anything," he said. And you see, David understood that that was the role of the shepherd, a partial role of the shepherd. I will not lack anything because he is my shepherd. And so the Lord has been just massaging that into my heart, that I need to recognize his role as the shepherd, and that I then am a sheep in his care. Of course, Jesus said, "I am the good shepherd." So, in being under him and under his leadership and guidance, we are assured that he, as the good shepherd, provides us everything that we need, and that we will therefore lack nothing. And he said, he leads me beside still waters. Now, I want to show you something. This is still waters. Sheep do not like turbulent waters. They simply won't go near turbulent waters. Turbulent waters are dangerous and potentially fatal to sheep if they fall into them. And so he said that the Lord leads me beside still waters. Sheep need that peace. They need that time of still waters where they can go and be refreshed in peace and not be worried about things that may be going on around them. And so the Lord is working with me and reminding me that I need to follow him to a place of stillness because he will guide me there. The question is, will I follow? Will I go? But he surely knows where the still waters are. Those waters that will calm me, those waters that will cause me to be at peace. All I have to do is follow him there. And so that is something that he is continually reminding me of. Now, David as a shepherd also understood the sheep. He understood how the sheep responded to a shepherd. He understood the needs of sheep, the needs for rest, the needs for food, the needs for security, the need for peace. Because the sheep that are constantly stirred up and anxious will not produce for the shepherd. And so a major part of what he does for us is that he gives us peace and he leads us to stillness, and we need to follow him into that stillness. So he leads me beside still waters. He makes me lie down in green pastures. The sheep spend a lot of time grazing. They spend a lot of time walking around eating, accumulating, just breaking off that grass and chewing it and swallowing it and storing it in the first stomach. And the shepherd knows that the sheep need to go lay down. They need to find a place where they can be at peace and they can lay down, because that is when they become productive, when they are made to lay down and they begin to regurgitate all the grass, all the food that they have taken in during the day, bring it up, chew it, consume it again, and swallow it, getting every bit of nutrition out of it. And so David, knowing that the sheep need that, the sheep must have it, said, he makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me or guides me in the correct paths, or the paths of righteousness, which is the paths of correct standing and correct placing of your feet. And the shepherd has to guide the sheep so that they walk in the correct paths, because if they get off those paths, they tend to fall, they may be injured, they may be lost. And so he guides them on those paths. So the Lord has been working with me about this because of this. He said, he restores my soul. All these things restore our soul. Our soul needs to be restored. Our soul is that part of us that is constantly active. It's thinking, it's deciding, it's evaluating, it's dealing with the world, it's guiding our lives, it's doing all of the things that we do as humans. And the soul gets tired. Your soul gets worn out. And the shepherd knows that our soul needs to be restored. And so I just wanted to make this little short video and just share with you what the Lord has been working in my heart about finding peace, being restored, taking times of stillness, because we have to take time for stillness. The world will throw things at us all day long. There's a never-ending stream of things that the world will throw at us, and that our lives, just our daily lives, tend to be filled with activity, filled with responsibilities, filled with this and that, and this demand on our time, and another demand on our time. But we have to find those times of rest and peace, and the Lord is always there to guide us into them. But we must work with Him. We must follow Him as His sheep, and He is our shepherd. So I would just encourage you, take time. Take time during your day. Take time during your week just to find stillness. Turn off the TV, turn off the phones, turn off the computers, turn off everything, and follow the shepherd. Follow Him beside still waters. Allow Him to help you and guide you and make you lay down in green pastures. Follow Him on those paths that are right for you to follow. And let Him restore your soul, because it will do it. So I just wanted to share that with you today as I'm sitting out here by Lake Pleasant, fishing the Kosmos, just watching those two floats that are out there. You can probably see them. Just watching the bobbers. That's okay if they just sit there. That's okay with me, because I've chosen to come today to a place of stillness where there's still water, and to restore my soul under the guidance of the Good Shepherd. So do that. Practice that. Make it a part of your life, and you will find that your soul will be restored. Thanks for watching the video. Keep fishing the cosmos. Bye.